talk about the next wave of opportunity. As far as I put a video in the group chat the other day.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, the video, it was interesting because we had talked about this maybe a month ago when you're like, everybody's talking AI, and they're talking GPUs, and that's great. But none of this works without power. Right. And we've talked about who could lead in this space or where the space is headed. And yeah, long term, we know the solutions, but we don't have a long term idea here, right? This needs to be immediate, especially if, like we said, this is a national security issue. And so you start thinking short term. Who could be the short term people who can actually benefit from it? We've seen Caterpillar when we were talking about gas turbines, and it was like, yeah. So there's a near term solution in terms of natural gas turbines. The company that I've been studying, and I think has a great lead in it, and you guys can let me know what you think, is going to be GE Vernova. So GE, right? This is another one of these companies that was part of GE, split off, and now has become its own company. And the reason is because of those gas turbines. Right now, or 2024, we'll see what the 2025 numbers are. They captured 34% of the global gas turbine market. 34% last year. That number is going to increase as we see more AI data centers put online, right? We don't have nuclear reactors to fulfill the power that's needed. We don't have solar. We don't have it yet. What we do have is gas turbines, and they're doing that. Why did I like it though? Right? Outside of that market share that they're dominating in, and I'll give you a power, that's almost 106 megawatts, right? Or over 20,000 megawatts in orders for 2025. Who are their partners? Amazon, AWS. Who else on the U.S. grid? Duke Energy. Who else in renewable energy? NextEra Energy. Who else in developing engine? Chevron. You might have heard of them, right? This is the real reason, though. Not only is this a domestic thing, if you look at their international partnerships, you start to see a picture that's being painted, right? These data centers are not just going to be in America, although we would like them to be. They're being built all over, right? The number one thing that I loved was I saw that the GE Saudi Advanced Turbines, they've partnered with them. And so why does that make sense to me? Well, in May, we watched a conglomerate of our most brilliant minds in the world of business and AI go to Saudi. Why did they go? They went to go announce infrastructure in AI. They're starting to build that infrastructure. They also don't have the time. So if I start seeing American companies partnering with Saudi companies to provide energy, that tells me there's something there, and something you can build on. Now, GEV is a big boy heavyweight. If you're in EYL, you know what that means, right? These are companies that have large options contracts. And so we looked inside the ETFs that have them, and we put a few out there. FPX is one of those that actually has pulled back a little bit. But energy is going to be a story, and I think GEV is going to be the one that is going to be leading that story here in the very near future, but definitely long term as well.
And I want to say once again, all energy companies are not created equal. I'm seeing it in this space too. There's a lot of startup or new IPO energy companies that are trying to position themselves. I want to be very clear. That's a winner. NextEra has been one of my favorites. It's been in Stock Club forever. But can we round out what you think the big four would be in terms of energy so people don't invest in maybe the 13th best energy company? Duke is a legacy company. I think that's going to benefit as well.
This is one that we actually covered in our last mastermind, and somebody actually put in the chat, maybe it was there. I had GE Energy is there as well. GE is one of my favorites.
That's a great four.
I think Constellation will have a say in this as well. Obviously, when we start talking about their partnerships with Microsoft, I think Constellation plays a role in this. GEV plays a role. I knew it. This is a very smart audience. I knew somebody was going to put OKLO. Yes, they had a nice pullback. If I'm picking my four, I would probably pick those four, and then I would have as an asterisk, I would put OKLO just because. As a fifth, just because I understand the story, I understand nuclear and how that's going to be powering us at a more efficient level. Short term, though, what's going to be the solution? And so that's why I think GEV is going to be the leader here. But yeah, that's a solid four. And again, if you can't decide on, hey, this one's a little bit too much. I've said it before. XLU Spiders Energy
ETF.
ETF is just a solid place. And if you want to go look at some of those companies, go look at the top 2 or 3 or 4 in there. We've probably said them already, but look at the top 2 or 3 and 4 in there, because again, if we're looking at the body, right? If this is a body, you need fuel, right? In order for you to work. These data centers are going to need power, or none of this works. All those companies, the GPUs, the connectivity, none of it works if it doesn't have power.